Imagine stepping onto a Major League Baseball mound as a 15-year-old, facing some of the most seasoned, battle-hardened hitters in the world. It sounds like a wild fantasy, but for one young boy from Hamilton, Ohio, it was reality. This is the unbelievable story of Joe Nuxhall, the youngest player in MLB history, and the legacy that followed.
How many games do you estimate that you have seen or participated in over the years?
I guess, Denny, when you look at it, probably over 10,000 baseball games we've either watched or were a part of.
Born on July 30th, 1928, Joe Nuxhall grew up like many kids in the small industrial town of Hamilton, Ohio, dreaming of baseball greatness. Joe wasn't just talented, he was extraordinary for his age. By 14, he was already a standout pitcher, throwing faster and harder than most of the men he played against in local leagues. In the early 1940s, America was in the midst of World War II, and Major League Baseball faced a significant problem. Many players had left to serve in the armed forces. This left teams scrambling for talent, often dipping into high school teams and amateur leagues. It was in this desperate environment that Joe Nuxhall, just 15 years old, caught the attention of MLB scouts. At a towering 6'2" and 190 pounds, Joe didn't look like your average teenager. Scouts couldn't believe their eyes when they saw him pitch. His fastball was clocked at speeds that rivaled seasoned professionals. Word quickly spread about this high school phenom, and soon the Cincinnati Reds came knocking. On June 10, 1944, Joe Nuxhall signed a professional contract with the Reds. He wasn't supposed to pitch immediately. The team planned to develop him in the minors first. But as fate would have it, Joe's debut came much sooner than anyone expected. It was June 10, 1944. The Reds were playing the St. Louis Cardinals in Cincinnati's Crosley Field. The game wasn't going well for the Reds, and by the ninth inning, they were trailing 13-0. With nothing to lose, the manager decided to give the 15-year-old rookie his shot. Imagine the pressure. The stadium lights, the roar of the crowd, the eyes of your teammates, and the other team's hitters locked on you. For Joe, it must have been both exhilarating and terrifying. Nuxhall's first opponent was Stan Musial, a future Hall of Famer and one of the greatest hitters in baseball history. What an introduction to Major League Baseball, right? Joe managed to get Musial out, but the rest of the inning was a rocky ride. He walked 5 batters, gave up 5 runs, and recorded just 2 outs before the Reds pulled him from the game. It wasn't exactly a dream debut. But despite the struggles, Joe Nuxhall made history that day. At just 15 years and 316 days old, he became the youngest player ever to appear in a Major League Baseball game, a record that still stands today. Joe returned home to Hamilton after the game, back to the life of a normal teenager. He continued playing high school baseball and spent the next few years developing his skills in the minors. That one rough inning didn't define him, it fueled him to improve. Fast forward to 1952. Joe was now 23 years old, a seasoned pitcher with a blazing fastball and a sharper mind for the game. After years of hard work, he rejoined the Cincinnati Reds, this time ready to prove he belonged in the big leagues. And prove it he did. Over the next 16 seasons, Nuxhall became a staple in the Reds' rotation, earning 2 All-Star selections and cementing his place as one of the team's most reliable pitchers. By the time he retired in 1966, Joe Nuxhall had racked up 135 wins, over 1,300 strikeouts, and a lifetime of memories in Major League Baseball. But his story didn't end there. After hanging up his cleats, Joe found a second career as a beloved broadcaster for the Cincinnati Reds. For over 3 decades, his warm voice and deep knowledge of the game made him a fan favorite. He was affectionately known as the old left-hander. That signature sign-off became a cherished tradition for Reds fans, a comforting reminder of Joe's unique journey through baseball and life. Joe didn't just leave his mark on the field or in the broadcast booth, he also gave back to his community. Through the Joe Nuxhall Miracle League fields, he provided opportunities for children with disabilities to experience the joy of playing baseball, continuing his legacy of kindness and perseverance. To this day, Nuxhall is remembered not just as the youngest player in MLB history, but as a man who used his platform to make a difference in the lives of others. Joe Nuxhall's story is a testament to the unpredictability of baseball and life. From a nervous 15-year-old boy on the mound to a legendary player, broadcaster, and philanthropist, he showed us all the power of determination and heart. So the next time you hear the crack of a bat or the roar of a crowd, remember Joe Nuxhall, the boy who chased a wild dream and made it come true. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible tales from baseball history. And as Joe would say, rounding third and heading for home. See you in the next video.